Whoa. Oh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an exciting one. I am testing out the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Creamy Concealers. I'm also testing out the primer and the setting spray. I just got these in the mail. Colourpop didn't send them the first time around with their tinted moisturizers, but they did send them this time, so I'm really excited to try it. I use them with a foundation that I'm more familiar with, so I can give an accurate review. And I do have oily skin, in case anybody was wondering. I know a lot of YouTubers have dry skin, so of course they're gonna love something like this, but my under eye area, like right here, is actually quite oily for me. So we will see how it holds up throughout the day, and we will see my final opinion on all of these products from my first time wearing them. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to push out new videos, but it's hard because I'm not really on a lot of PR lists, so I don't have like a lot of free products coming in. So any requests that you have are really greatly appreciated if it's stuff that I already own. And yeah, that's about it. Please subscribe if you... Have I already said that? I don't know. But I guess it can't hurt to say it again. Please subscribe if you have not yet. And without further ado, let's get into the application. Okay, so my last video was a review on the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizers. And if you saw that video, if not, I'll link it in the cards. I don't know which side it's on. But if you watched that video, you would know that I said I didn't receive the primer or the setting spray. Well, Colourpop came through and sent me the primer and the setting spray. So I'm not going to use the tinted moisturizer in this video because I kind of want to test out these products as well as the concealer and really see how everything works with a foundation that I already know and love. So the foundation I'm going to use today is the Beauty Blender Bounce. It's a little more matte, but I know how it wears and I know what it looks like very well with my normal products. So I feel like I'll definitely be able to tell if these products actually do have like a more hydrating effect or whatnot. So let's get started with the primer. Oh, I was also given the sponge as well, so I will be using that. They actually did release another sponge. This is the one for the foundation, and then this is the one for the concealer. As you can see, it's a lot smaller. Same shape, same feeling, just smaller in a different color. I personally like this for concealer because it's smaller, so you can really get up under your under eyes. However, I don't want to spend like a ton of money on a smaller sponge. Like the Beauty Blender ones, they're like little and they're lime green. I don't know how much they are because I don't buy them, but I don't know. It's just unnecessary for me. It's more of a nice to have product and I can't afford that right now. Oh, I forgot to turn on my studio light. Hold on. I have no idea if that made a difference. If anything, I think it might have made the lighting worse. We just got some snow this morning, so I feel like the sun is reflecting off the snow and creating a really beautiful lighting. So my studio lights might not actually be necessary. It might be too much. That's so weird. I can't find the primer on the website. So I'm really not sure how much the primer retails for. I want to say around $10, but oh, I didn't realize that it was a completely different package. I thought it was in a tube for some reason, but this is the primer. It's in a bottle actually. Now that I know that, I feel like I might be able to find it. Hold on. I'm the worst YouTuber ever. Oh, it is. Okay, so it retails for $12 US. You get 30 mils. 30 mils, 1 fluid ounce, which is fairly standard. It's a great price. It's described as being a lightweight hydrating primer that refreshes and preps skin for makeup application. There's someone coming up to my door. Who are you? Okay. Lightweight hydrating primer that refreshes and preps skin for makeup application. Apply evenly over clean or moisturized skin. Follow with the tinted moisturizer for the freshest look. Has hyaluronic acid and coconut water just like the tinted moisturizer. It's dermatologist tested, gluten-free, silicone-free, paraben-free, and vegan. Oh, I think I took a bit too much. This is the consistency. It's got a fairly liquidy consistency. It's not too thick, which I kind of like actually. It has a light coconutty smell. If you are concerned about coconut, this might not be the product for you, but it is coconut water, not coconut oil. So use at your own risk because some people don't love coconut in their face products. I think I'm fine with coconut water, just not coconut oil. That feels really nice. Wow. I really like the scent too. It feels slightly tacky, which is good because that means it's going to adhere to my foundation. I really hate tackiness in like a moisturizer or a foundation even, because I hate that feeling. I don't know why, I just really don't like it. But in a primer, I like it because the foundation's going over top and I feel like it kind of sticks to it. I don't know. So I'm gonna go in with the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation. This is probably my holy grail foundation. I am in the shade 1.2. Well, I was, I don't know if I am still, but this is the lightest shade I have, so we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna use the Colourpop sponge because it's fitting for this video. And I'm just gonna fast forward through this so that you guys aren't bored with me putting on my foundation, because this is not what this video is about. Okay, so that is on. Looks good. Let me see how it looks up close over the primer. I'll be looking in the mirror of truth. This light up mirror shows everything, so yeah, it makes everything look really bad. Wow, that's a really good combo. Ooh, I love that. It does add a bit of a glow to this foundation. I really do like this foundation, but it is pretty semi-matte to matte, but this added kind of like a nice dew to it that I'm really, really into. Wow, that's pretty. Okay, I like that primer so far. Looks good. Okay, so Colourpop also sent me 2 shades. Well, they actually sent me 3 shades, but one of them was a cool undertone and I'm neutral to warm, so I will never be able to use that. So I gave it to my best friend who's more cool. She gets all of my cool toned things. So the 2 shades that I kept are Fair 5W and Fair 10 Neutral, or N, I guess. They look really similar in the tube, like they really don't look like there's much difference, but when you swatch them, you can see that they are in fact different. Okay, so they have a weird smell. I'm just making sure it's not the packaging. No, it's definitely the product. It smells like a fake smell, like plasticky. You know when you were a kid and you'd get like those random lip balms that are in a pot and it had like a really strong plasticky smell? That's what these smell like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like it, but that's okay. So here are some concealer swatches. I don't know why I did it on the inner part of my arm because this is really awkward for me. This is 05W and this is 10N. So as you can see, there is a difference between them. The warm one looks better on my arm, but that's the inner part of my arm and that's quite a bit whiter than my face. I'm just gonna put a little bit like here just to see what they look like on my face, because I really don't know which one I should go with. Oh yeah, that looks way too light. This is the 05W and this is the 10N, so I think I can go with 10N because this is really freaking white. Maybe as we get more into the winter that might work for me, but as of right now, I think that's just a bit too light. Okay, I'm kind of nervous to like test out this concealer finally. I'm really not a hydrating kind of girl, but we're gonna try it, obviously, or else I wouldn't be filming this video. So I'm gonna go with the shade 10, Fair 10N. The wand is very bendy and flexible. That's just kind of like my first impression as I apply it. Looks pretty full coverage to me. Actually, I'm gonna do one at a time. It is dewy, so it probably won't dry down, but you never know. See, even that looks really light for me, I feel like. I really like this sponge. It really gets into your inner corners nicely. It's nice to get all up in there. It's very full coverage. Wow, I actually really like that. The finish is really good. It doesn't look cakey at all, just upon first application, obviously. That might change throughout the day, but I'm impressed. Usually if it's too hydrating for me, it'll just crepe up on my skin. Because I am oily, so I do have like a little bit of oil around that area. So if a concealer is too hydrating, a lot of times what'll happen is it'll just cake right up. I do have under eye creases, so it's gonna crease. I do expect that. However, there's a difference between like creasing and smudging. You know what I mean? I don't know. If it's under control creasing, I'm okay with it because I have under eye creases. so that's just gonna happen. However, if it just starts to like move around and stuff, that's when I have a problem. It does feel tacky, not my favorite, but I can overlook it. Cool, I actually like that. Good job, Colourpop. I did get their no filter concealer, but I got the second shade because usually I am the second shade in most concealers, like the first or second, sometimes third. So I think I ended up getting like the third shade, and it is like so white. It's like, it's paper white. So I was like, well, I don't think I could ever wear that. So I haven't really given that one a good shot because I can't wear it. Like, there's no way. If you're super fair and have a hard time finding concealers, maybe check that one out because it runs so light. I mean, it's applying the same as the other side. I do really enjoy it though. So far. That might change. Pretty. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you in before I set it down. I always have to set my concealer, or else I wouldn't for this video, but I always need to because your girl's got really oily skin and eye areas. I'm gonna zoom you in just so you can see it if you're not the type of person who likes to set your concealer. So this is what it looks like without setting it. Here, I'll try and get even a little closer. So you can see my under eye creases. They're not settling in too bad, which is nice. I would say that Too Faced Born This Way full coverage concealer, it settles into my lines a lot more than this one does. So yeah, first impression, I kind of like it. So let's set this down and then we can see how it looks like then. So I'm just using my Kat Von D powder because that's what I have on hand. As you know, it's not my favorite, but that's just what I've been using lately. Wow, that looks really good. I think this is one of my favorite concealers I've tried at such a low price, like right off the bat. You know what I mean? Concealers don't look this good upon immediate application. Like it so far. Okay, I'm gonna powder the rest of my face and finish up the rest of my makeup because that's just not what this video is about, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have finished my makeup, obviously, and everything applied really nicely over top. This look makes me feel really pretty, which is nice. So I'm going to set everything with the hyaluronic acid setting mist. Again, has coconut water and hyaluronic acid. Dermatologist tested, oil-free, gluten-free, paraben-free, and vegan. Oh, also you get 110 mils, which is 3.72 fluid ounces. So a decent amount of product. This retails for, just hold on please. This also retails for $12. So you could get both the primer and the setting spray for $24, which is pretty good. So I'm just gonna shake this up. I don't know if I have to, but it can't hurt. Let's see what the mist is like on this. Ooh. It has the same scent as the primer. It's light and coconutty. So let's just see. Oh, that felt divine. Wow. Oh, I could do that forever. Wow, that was so refreshing. I think it might be the coconut that's in there. Okay, so also now that the rest of my makeup is done and this is set, it's not tacky at all. It's very smooth feeling, so I like that. I don't mind tackiness if when I set it, it's not still there. So I've zoomed you in so you can kind of see what the concealer is looking like under my eyes. It looks fairly normal. Honestly, it looks like one of my more matte concealers that are higher end. Nothing's settling. It looks really good. Doesn't look cakey at all. I like this so far. So the concealer is $9. And you get, I don't know how much product. I threw out the box. That's poopy. Why did I do that? So it's supposed to be full coverage, fresh, natural finish that lasts all day, super blendable. It was very blendable. I do agree with that. Creamy, full coverage concealer with a cushiony feel. I would agree with the full coverage, cushiony feel. Yes, it feels very nice. It doesn't feel crepey at all. The shade range looks pretty good to me. It goes really light. The undertones, some of them look a little wonky, but maybe not, I don't know. It's hard to say with online swatches, but there's a wide range with a lot of undertones, so hopefully you'd be able to find something. Obviously it sucks having to get face products online because you don't know how it's gonna go, but anyways, that is it for me right now. Overall, I have a really good first impression of this product, but I will be checking in because it's all about how this concealer wears. If it doesn't wear very well, then what's the point? So it is currently around noon and I will be checking back with you in a few hours. Okay, so it is now 6.5 hours into this wear test and I am so shiny. The thing is though, like it's not really breaking up my foundation. This foundation's just so good that I don't really have any issues with it breaking up, but I think any other foundation, like it'd be sliding off by now. That's why I wanted to choose this foundation. I'm gonna kind of move my light over a little bit so you can see a little better, hopefully. Let me zoom you in on just how greasy I am. As you can see, like I look wet. My highlight's only on my cheekbones, like that's not highlight. My nose is super shiny. Forehead's looking glossy. Woo! And yeah, you can really see it there. Like there's a little bit of texture coming through as well. And also my chin is super oily. The hydrating primer and setting spray are certainly doing their jobs. I am hydrated. Almost too hydrated. So I don't know if I would use these two in combination again. Oh, I didn't even update you on the concealer. So my under eyes, they're a little creased. Like it's starting to wear off a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Like I think it still looks good and I think it's holding up well. So that's impressive. I don't know how hydrating this concealer is because I don't have dry skin, but it's holding up really nicely on my oily skin. So that's good. And yeah, I'll check back in probably in another few hours and I bet you my foundation will be like completely gone. Okay, so it has been around 8.5, 9-ish hours and I am so shiny, it's really quite gross, like everywhere. Normally I don't get shiny like kind of in this area, but I definitely am. Ew, look at my nose. Look at that, that's so gross. Ew, my forehead, super greasy. It's all pretty greasy, honestly. But the concealers hold up nice. I love those. I might just use the primer and setting spray a little more sparingly, and I won't use them together, that's for sure. So I'll test out that to see if it works, but if it doesn't, I'll just give it to my friend who has more dry skin. The Pretty Fresh concealer is oily skin approved. The setting spray and hydrating primer, not so oily skin approved. At least not used together, so I'm gonna have to do a little more research. And that's everything for this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope this kind of helped some of you in the decision-making process of whether you would like to purchase this concealer or not. So thank you so much for tuning in and thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. I really, really appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!